What's up out there? Welcome to another episode, Easy on Raw TV, where I talk about a lot about health, debatable issues in the raw food world. So today I'm going to be talking about nutrition. What is nutrition? What do our bodies need to have energy? Well, we know protein's not fuel. We know that meat is not a good fuel source, right? We don't want to eat meat before we go for a run or anything like that, right? People who are eating meat, bodybuilders, and other athletes use meat as a protein source, right? Meat breaks down into amino acids, and then our body uses those amino acids to build the muscles back up again. Well, I like to cut out the middleman in this circumstance because we can create even more healthy muscle tissue without detrimenting our bodies, right? By eating a plant-based diet. Getting our protein needs from plants, from greens, from green juices with amino acids, right? That's what builds tissues. Amino acids builds the tissues. Okay? So, back to fuel. Fat. Let's talk about fat. Is fat a fuel? Sure. Is it a great fuel? It could be. But can it be used efficiently? I would say no. Unless you're an athlete and really teaching or training your body to use fat as a fuel source efficiently, then, you know, what you're eating is really not going to do well for you in that sense, right? If we're just eating fat, sure, we can ride on that. But now, if you're eating carbohydrates, you'll feel much better because that's the primary source of fuel that our bodies prefer is carbohydrate. It's broken down more easily and utilized as fuel much more easily than fat. In fact, it takes less energy for our bodies to break down carbohydrates and use it as fuel than it does for fat, right? I was eating more fat, and I experienced this myself, and I found that I was more tired, lethargic, and groggy. But now that I've switched to a more of a high carbohydrate diet on fruit, I feel so much better. So, yeah, carbohydrates are the ideal fuel, you know. All your muscles require carbohydrates to keep going. And, you know, all vegetables have carbohydrates, right? But fruit is ideal. Fruit is ideal if you want to stick to a raw food diet, because you're not going to get enough sufficiency from just vegetables and leafy greens. This is why fruit is key. So if you want to succeed, especially on a high fruit diet, you got to learn about a lot of things. So keep watching my videos and follow some of the tips, and you'll start to improve. That's why I do these videos, because I feel like what I've seen, what I've experienced, I need to share with others who are trying to have, you know, greater levels of health as well. So stay tuned for more, and I'll see you next time. Peace.